Welcome, citizen, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I am your host, Venerati, and I'm going to be bringing you the third matchup in between Merz and Dimaga. Of course, this is coming out of the Intel Extreme Masters Series, and we have seen these guys go toe-to-toe in these last two matches. Dimaga, of course, losing to Merz on the first one, played on Lost Temple. Merz doing a great job of putting just a little bit of early pressure, kind of throwing Dimaga off footing, and then coming in there with a solid punch of basically rack units. Merz then expanded, and we saw Dimaga fight off those forces from Merz, but Merz kind of dug in and just recuperated and got his natural online and just came in there and just ended up finishing Dimaga off, as Dimaga was completely crippled economy-wise, as he only had half the number of harvesters after Merz's main attack. Of course, Dimaga, though, going to go out in style, totally B-52 the crap out of Merz's mineral lines with his overlords, filled with banelings, and just dropped them and pillaged them. So, then we saw, of course, Merz fall to Dimaga on Shakur's Plateau. Merz trying to be, once again, aggressive with his move-outs, and did a marine tank build, and put up the bunkers and turrets, too, and just crawled towards Dimaga's main base. But Dimaga able to basically slaughter those forces with an overwhelming Zerg and Baneling attack, with, of course, Mutalisks in the air, finishing off the tanks. So the tanks were what were really doing the main bit of damage there. So what we're going to see here is we're going to see Dimaga, of course, going up against Merz once again on Selnaga Caverns. We're on a much smaller map. Both maps we've seen these players play on last two times were 4-player maps. Now we're on a 1v1 map. And, of course, Dimaga really not changing things up much at all. We'll be opening up with a hatchery and grabbing that spawning pool. And, of course, Merz, once again, just walling off here, making sure that there won't be any early Zergling run-bys. That can be so devastating to your mineral lines. It's really frustrating, too. You think, oh, I won't wall up this time because they're going to blow down the door anyway with Banelings. But then they come in there with Zerglings, and then all your harvesters are gone, and you're just like, God, So, of course, Merz, being the elite player that he is, will not be falling to that one, at least for right now. So right now we do have a Reaper coming out here. So Merz doing a good job of using the Reapers, as I just really haven't seen many Reapers used that often, and I'm glad to see them used. I hate to see those kind of derelict units that you see. Of course, the Protoss's carriers and motherships never really seeing the light of day in any matchups, pretty much. Even in the 4v4s, you generally see people grab Void Rays or something of that nature. And it's just kind of sad. I hope that Blizzard kind of brings them back and makes them a viable unit, especially in the 1v1s, because you just love to see the creative play. I think that was what really makes this such an awesome game, because you can see such variation in gameplay. But right now we do have this Reaper coming up here. We'll be putting pressure on this main, or on this natural, doing a fair amount of damage right there. And of course we do have the SCV accompanying it, and could be throwing down a bunker here in the main if we're going to see that. But Merz looks like he doesn't like what he's seeing. So of course his Queen will be here. We'll be looking to intercept it. Not able to kill either one, but this SCV is on life support. It is really not happy, and will be retreating back to the main, it does look like. But of course this Reaper will be loitering on the outside. We do see a Roach coming out, and 4 more being queued up, and that Roach will be more than enough to handle this Reaper if the Reaper sits still. That's a big if, though, seeing as Merz is very good at microing his units. Well, of course you have to be this level of player, but this Reaper just kind of sitting out here, making sure nothing crazy is going on. But we do have these Roaches moving out from Dimaga. We do have a total of 5 moving out right now, and this could really be damaging to Merz, as Merz really doesn't have that much on the field. He does have his 2 barracks finishing up here. We do see a reactor coming online on that 1 barracks, but we only have 1 barracks currently pumping out units. We have 3 Marines and 1 Marauder. We do have Stem will be finishing up there, and that will be helping everything out a lot. But right now, we do have the Roaches moving into the mineral line of this natural expansion. We do see that Reaper going down. We see a Marine being sniped right there, and another Marine going down. So these Roaches are very deadly at this moment, as there are just too many of them for Merz to deal with at this moment. We see another SCV going down. This SCV counting his blessings. It was able to get away, but you see his brother getting sniped there. Oh, and he goes down too. So both, actually all of those SCVs died out of that mineral line. So it was a complete annihilation of that natural. So we do have 2 Marauders coming in here with 1 Marine. Stim pack is finished up here, and this could be very dangerous for these roaches because Merz can stim and micro the living bejesus out of these roaches. The roaches do not have the speed upgrade yet, so they are quite slow. And Merz not to be persuaded otherwise is just going to be continuing to crank out these SCVs as we see Dimaga kind of backing out here, not wanting to lose those roaches this early on because right now each and every unit really can make a big difference. And right now, actually, Merz not faring so well as far as the losses go. Dimaga, feeling that he did enough, is just going to be coming back home. Of course, Merz will be coming out with an SCV, will be scouting, saying hi to his highly injured buddy right there that's posting on the Xel'Naga Cavern. That guy, of course, hoping and praying that no one shows up to kick him off of that, as it's only going to take one shot. Of course, these roaches are on this the opposite Xel'Naga tower, and oh wait, yep, and that SCV totally just got double teamed by these queens. So right now, Dimaga kind of sitting pretty as he does have his natural is coming online as far as being populated. Let's go take a look at the income tab as we are seeing him with almost a no, not actually. We're seeing him with a fair lead of about 15 harvesters right there, and Merz right now will be moving out, and we will see this Overlord probably will be dropped by these Marines as it is trying desperately to get away. This other Overlord trying to get away as well, so this is going to put Dimaga is not going to like this because it might, in fact, supply lock him, but actually we have SCVs accompanying these units acting as meat shields. We do see the natural fall right there, so Dimaga once again losing his natural like he did in the first one, and this could put him in a bad position as we see him desperately trying to crank out units here. The Baneling's Nest will be going down. We have two queens. These Overlords are retreating. We have one Baneling able to be queued up as it as the Baneling Nest was dispatched. And of course, this Overlord will be dead here momentarily. And, well, yeah, maybe, yes. Oh, yep, there we go. And it will be going down there. And Dimaga, of course, is supply locked right now. And we see a drone's kind of just petering around out there. And Dimaga needs to make something happen here, as we do actually see Dimaga moving out. And his main is completely undefended there, as we do see another Baneling Nest coming down, and these Marines and Marauders will be moving up here for attacking these drones as Dimaga is coming back here trying to make something happen. I would like to see these drones in this, as it's going to be hard for Dimaga to kill all of these without sustaining a lot of damage here, but of course he will be finishing them off. These Mutilas making a huge difference in the entirety of this. And Dimaga right now looks like he will be reclaiming this natural, and Merz, let's go back to the loss tab. Merz is still quite a bit behind us. He's 1,000 behind on the loss tab. Of course, income-wise, we've seen Merz will be ahead right now, as most of Dimaga's harvesters had not actually been harvesting right there, and we do have mules down for Merz, and Merz just coming out here once again with another army as he can afford it at this point. Back to the production tab, we see more Zergling coming on the field. We see centrifugal hooks coming online, and that's going to be a real big pain in the side for Merz, as Dimaga will be able to get these Banelings up in the face of Merz's units, and the Merz's units stemming, trying to snipe this queen, trying to attack this hatchery, and it looks like Dimaga might be forced to cancel this hatchery. And will he cancel it? I don't know if he actually canceled it. No, it looks like it was actually destroyed right there, as Dimaga was focusing on killing these units. So once again, Merz denying the hatchery expansion for Dimaga. This is not so good for Dimaga, because Dimaga really needs to get that second expansion, as he is being doubled economy-wise right now, though he is not so far behind in harvester count. We're seeing Merz with a robust economy, and Dimaga just kind of suffering the same fate that he did the first game. Merz just being able to come in there and bulldoze Dimaga's expansions. As we really haven't seen any sort of static defenses for Dimaga, and I really feel that even just a little bit of static defense might have persuaded Merz not to push in. And if he did push in, it would have been a lot harder for him to snipe the hatcheries the way he did. So Dimaga kind of suffering for the fact that he did not have any static defense. Of course, that being said, Dimaga's been kind of off foot in this match. He really hasn't been able to be aggressive, though he is kind of gearing up right now. He's also had quite a few Banelings right here, and they do have centrifugal hooks, and this could really do a lot of damage to Merz's units, as all Marines, and this is really going to hurt. If any of these Banelings get in contact with those forces, it is going to be a pain in the half. Of course, Dimaga, seeing these forces moving out here, will be pressuring this hatchery, and it looks like they're running in here, and they're trying to snipe it. Of course, they are stemmed, and they will be moving back. Will be trying to micro here, as these units will be under firepower, and we do see a couple of impacts going down on these Marines here. Marines once again stemming, forced to Micro back. Oh, and there's a huge detonation right there. There's a lot of Marines went down, and there's only 4 Marines left as these mutants will be focusing on killing these medevac, and these Baileys just trying to roll in there. We see detonations once again, and this little clump right here of Marines trying to get away from this as we see detonation again and again and again. 2 more Baileys going down, and all of those. Oh, this one Marine was not actually killed as this medevac basically saved his life right there. Roaches, of course, coming in here will be doing economic damage to these to Merz as these SCVs are just being picked off, and we have 4 mutants in the air. These mutants totally racking up the kills for